Kia ora everybody and welcome back to the Good Day Matrix. I am Daz and I'm very, very grateful to be here today with the amazing Will Hall. I could list off a raft of his awards that he's won and things he's been in, but instead I'm just going to say that he is the first person to put his hand up to say yes to helping other people. He is always up for a laugh and I have been very grateful to know him for now 11 or 12 years. Yeah,
really?
Random, eh?
A decade and more.
Yeah, well, we've been married for 11, so we'd just gotten married when I first met you. So
amazing.
So Will is always the first to be helping other people and just doing good things, and I just really appreciate what he puts out in the world. So we are here talking to you today about all things wellness. So welcome. And thank you very much. Yes. Well, welcome to your own home. I shouldn't say welcome.
This is my home, but thank you for coming to my home to do the interview.
And thank you for making time on what you'll probably find out soon is a very, very busy day for Will. So
yes, busy life at the moment.
Yeah. So we, at the Good Day Matrix, our plan is to teach people that wellness is not a product and it's not a 6-week boot camp and it's not a booty band or a magic pill. It's ongoing and it's something you just got to constantly work on it. You don't just reach a pinnacle of fitness and then stop, or a mental space and you're good for the rest of your life. So we want people to be able to listen to you and listen to other people and pick out little bits that might work for you that they might go away and try themselves, or just talk to somebody else about that might inspire somebody else's journey. So that's our goal.
Great.
And we've got 5 pillars, as everyone probably knows by now. So it's body, mind, identity, community and environment. Because each of those things are really, really critical, and we all talk through those things. So we're going to start with body. Will is a marathon runner by trade.
Well, we might have to cut that in half. A half marathon runner.
Half marathon runner by trade.
Yeah.
But we're wondering, what things do you enjoy physically that you can go and do that help your wellness? So it's not necessarily just wasting yourself every time at the gym, but what's the things that help your wellness, help you feel good?
Yeah, well, I used to think that the only way to clear your head was to go to the toilet or have a shower, but then I discovered running. And look, going to the gym is good, and I've always enjoyed that, and I've been weight training for quite some time, but I did a role on a show called Nothing Trivial, where my character was a runner, and they handed me all this brand new running kit, and they went, right, go run now. And I wasn't running then. And I went, look, I owe it to myself to at least give this brand new kit that's only been used for show on a TV show to give it a few kilometres. So I took all my new kit and started running, and it just started out as running around the block, literally around where I was living in Grey Lynn. I'd take it around. I knew where the pub was, so I'd run to where the pub was. That was up the corner, and then run around that block to where the basketball court was that I knew about, and come back. So it started just running 2.5, 3K runs.
Yep.
And then I slowly started pushing it out. And when I moved up here to Millwater, where we are at the moment, which is just new subdivision just north of Silverdale, near the Whangaparaoa coast, there was this delightful thing every Saturday morning. Out the window here, I could see hundreds of people running by in all these coloured tops as a group. And I was like, what is going on out there at 8 a.m. on a Saturday morning? So curiosity got the best of me, and it was a thing called Parkrun, which is an international thing it's a worldwide thing. Everyone around the world, there's a parkrun somewhere close to you. You get up at 8 a.m, you join hundreds of other madmen, and you do 5Ks. So I started doing those. So now I'm pushing it out to 5K runs.
Nice.
And it got addictive, and you're trying to beat your time. It's not about beating other people, but you're constantly looking to improve, and everything is recorded for you, so you can follow your stats, look at your graphs. You can actually keep a tab on what you're doing and how you're performing. Then I got the Garmin watch, and so I'm getting the Strava, then I'm getting Nike Fit Pro, and I'm getting all these little devices that I'm quite a stats driven person.
Yeah.
I love my American sport, so anything where I can read stats about anything excites me, and now I'm getting to do it about myself.
Cool.
And so I'm getting into the running, and I'm pushing it out a bit more, and then I've got a niece who got very ill very suddenly. She got diagnosed with diabetes after an illness. She's only just over 2 years old.
Oh, wow.
She's now 6. So I'd always wanted to do something for her, and now how I could use my notoriety with being on the tally to do something. And I was like, well, right, well, I'm quite enjoying running, and I've seen at running events there's charities involved. So yeah, I got hold of Cure Kids, who I've done a lot of fundraising for in the past, and when I want to do something for my niece Sophie, and they were like, right, yeah, cool. And I was turning 40 that year, so we decided 4 for 40. I pushed myself to do 4 halves.
Yeah. And
raise money. Like I wanted to raise $4,444.44 in my 40th year, and get there. Unfortunately, COVID did happen, so we, like everyone else, had to pause it slightly.
Yeah.
But I was going well. I got to do Christchurch in a storm, so that was in this horrific, one of the worst conditions I'd ever had in 30 years of the marathon. So rain coming in sideways. The first time they'd done it since in town since the earthquake. They'd had to move it out of town, so it was first time back in 10 years. Anyway, that was horrific. But I did meet the good people at New Caledonia Tourism down there, because they were giving away a spot prize. Yeah. And the winner of Christchurch got to go and run at the New Caledonia. I got chatting to them about what I was doing, and diabetes, albeit type 2 over there, but diabetes is a big deal in the islands, and particularly in New Caledonia, with the rich foods and the the French foods come over to the Polynesian, and it doesn't mix. So they were keen on me to come over and talk about what I was doing and do a bit of cross promotion. Cross promotion with the two of us. So they invited me to come. So I did my second run in New Caledonia. So I went from like this blistering cold 2nd of June winter's day in Christchurch to then having to actually run through, instead of a water, every water stop they've also got a shower. I've got an outdoor row of showers, and you run through those. So I went from running around the block, running up to the pub 2.5k to now I'm in New Caledonia running.
Smash and a half. Running through showers.
I'm running through showers, meeting all these incredible people, doing all this stuff, and at the same time raising much needed funds for Cure Kids and in honour of for my niece Sophie. And COVID came, and we've completed it with one out here. There was one out on my doorstep, so I didn't have to travel too far for that one, and finished it with Auckland. So I got to finally run over the Harbour Bridge. And I always heard my mates going, oh, this is amazing, you run across Harbour Bridge. But that was in a time where I was like, I've got no interest in running over Harbour Bridge. But yeah, it was pretty cool. Pretty cool. But then the plan was I'll do 4, and then I'll be able to go over and do one of these big marathons like New York or something. But obviously that's on hold. I have to hope that my knees remain good. But yeah, running is the thing that, going back to the original question,
that's perfect.
Running is what I do to clear my head and to focus. So I don't have to go and have a long shower or sit on the toilet for an hour anymore. You go out, you run, clarity. Yeah. That's the only way I can get clarity, because having 2 preschool children in the house, you can't do it.
I feel you.
You can't.
Your shower's not even your own anymore.
Yeah.
Someone comes in.
Yeah, they're coming in.
Yeah.
They're like, if you're having a shower, that's my shower too. Okay, we're all in the shower.
Yeah,
and that's good fun. But you're not thinking.
No.
So yeah, the running, most important. So still go to the gym, and still, I still like that, and I get the endorphins, and that's great. But for clarity and thought process, running ticks that box.
Amazing though, that body just smashed community out the water, because you made your community with your parkrun people, but also met people from New Caledonia. All those things start to factor in, and with Cure Kids, it all just it all ties if you pay attention. Yeah,
and I think being an actor, I don't know, you're a freelancer, so you're going in and out of work all the time. You're working with new people. You're also moving around a lot. You're not that connected to your community in a way, because you're working odd hours. You might not even be staying there that long. It wasn't until I moved up here, and I've got parkrun to really thank for that I met a community. And now I've been away for work again for 10 weeks, and the first thing I did when I got back was go and do parkrun to reconnect. And eventually my kids joined the football team, and I made a couple of mates through that. But until that time, it took me to almost the age of 40 to get a sense of community in a way, because living in town as a freelancer, I kind of
Quite disconnected.
without kids and stuff. So I didn't know community was going to be so important, but now it's the first thing I'm doing when I'm getting off the plane. I was like, I got to get to the.
Got to find me my park runners.
Yeah.
Where are you guys?
Yeah. And they were happy to see me, which was nice. I'd been gone just that enough amount of time. They still remembered who I was, and they were pleased to see me. It had been long enough.
They weren't like, oh no, he's back.
Yeah, damn it.
That guy
that slows us all down.
And you run obviously at your own pace for the park run and stuff?
Yeah, that's the thing. It's not a race against anyone else. It's all about whatever you want to do.
Yeah.
And, but hitting a PB, you get congratulated. It goes up online where everyone can see it.
So cool.
I've got my sister in it just within the last month. She's down in Christchurch.
Yeah.
She's smashing a PB every week, which I'm going, that's awesome, but it's not going to happen all the time.
I was going to cut it out. I'm coming down. You better peter off.
Yeah, so it's just awesome. It's so good to get other people involved, and you can see that. Like she was only running, but 2.5K as well, and now she's like, I don't know if I can do 5, or I can do 5, or I can go faster the next week. So yeah, pretty cool.
Yeah, and you'll find that as you have with the half, once you can run a 10, you're good. I reckon. I've never run a half. Better put that little disclaimer in there, but I reckon you're good after 10. You can totally do anything.
I think like what I found, I followed a training schedule where I just upped the kilometres every week.
Yep.
And if you give yourself 2 months, maybe 2.5, you can easily be ready for a half marathon.
One day do the Topol run. You go with mates. We took a van. And there's stages
Which
each person
one?
runs.
Right.
There's one that's either, I think ours was a 12-hour block, or there's an overnight one.
Yes.
And you go right around the lake. But
that'd be cool.
That was the coolest experience with friends. It was pre-kids. I don't know how happy I'd be about now. But I ran an 8K. The longest stretch was a 12, I think. But then you're in the van, you're singing and laughing, and you drive along, and you meet them with water. But it was a really cool experience to do with other people. Yeah,
that would be good fun. When I was struggling to find half marathons to finish off my 440 because of COVID, and one that was available was an overnight one somewhere near Taupo.
Yeah,
that looked pretty cool.
Yeah, I think it's.
You ran with a headlight.
Yeah. Yeah, and there's one too that you go up in the bush, but I'm sure I'd bust an ankle and knee and then fall off the side of the cliff.
Yeah, that might be that. Is that the night one, the bush one?
Yeah, that's the night one, Yeah, that would cause me great injuries. So with identity, I think as we get older, because I found it so much with myself, is I start to know myself more and more about what I'm actually tolerant of, or what I like, what I can say yes to now, and things that I'm not actually that, where I would have said yes now, I can actually go, no, I don't think that's actually for me. But I think it's connecting to or learning more about my family's history as I've gone along the line. And my pop was from Wales, and why did he come to Wales? How did he meet Nana? And so what does your sort of whānau whakapapa look like? I'm very fortunate to still have 2 grandparents here. Oh, how good.
Which is pretty cool. Both in their 90s. And granddad, still talks a lot of sense, he's still, you can have a really good conversation with him. Grandma a little hard of hearing, but to have those grandparents still here, pretty lucky. And just talking to them about history, and when I don't get to see them a lot. They're down in Christchurch, but just every time you do, just get a little bit more information, whether it be about the family, what's been going on. But they so they're my mum's parents, so they're still around. My dad's parents, they were farmers in Banks Peninsula, which is this painting we've got up here if we can see it. So that's the old wool shed. So we grew up in and around Banks Peninsula. The knob that sticks out of the South Island, just beside Christchurch. So
what a way to explain it. Banks Peninsula, you're welcome.
The knob. But one of the only sandy beaches. So an absolute incredible place for young kids to grow up. So you got the valley with the hills, and you got the cows and the sheep and the horses and the dogs, and then it runs all the way down to a massive private oasis, this sandy beach with rocks and seals and fishing and flounder and ridiculous.
Wow.
Otherworldly, really. We didn't know how lucky we had it
No,
as kids.
you don't appreciate the time.
Unfortunately, no longer in the family, just because families being families. But yeah, it's still there. We can still certainly go visit it, and I'll take the kids there one day. But yeah, so my dad was the first one born. No, he wasn't, was he? Yeah, he would have been the first of the family born here, because my grandfather, although he came here at a young age and grew up on that farm, he was born in England.
Oh.
So yeah, English heritage on that side. There's a bit of Irish. Then mum's side, bit of Yugoslavic actually.
Oh, good.
Throwing in with the English and Irish mix again.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'd love to do one of those tests, right?
I got my parents to do it.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, about 2 years ago. Dad was like, I don't know if we should find out what's behind these doors. Like, I don't think we should. But they did the spit test, and Dad was true to self, which was like 98% Welsh. Like, he was born here, but Pop was from Wales. And then Mum's was the funniest because there was a bit of Viking in her. And,
nice.
And Dad goes, I knew it. I knew that angry had to come from somewhere. He thrived. He was like, right, I'm going to call you Viking from now on. But hers was pretty much on point too, which was England. And then they moved to Australia originally, her background. And then she was born in New Zealand. But it's sort of that trajectory that they kind of followed was through there.
I just worked with an actor who was so upset. He got one done. He was so interested and so fascinated by it all, and really wanted it done, and thought he might have something very exciting in his back catalogue, and he came back like 98% English and 2% Celtic or something, and he was so angry. He's like, I couldn't be whiter if I tried. And he was very upset. It's
so true. That's what I said to Dan. I was like, I'm hoping there's something mysterious in there too. Like, how good? Just add to that weaving of... Yeah. No, it's not to be. We're pretty boring.
Yeah. To be honest, my family have never gone in for it. So it's pretty sad. Like I don't know, like a generational thing or whatever, but there's still people in the family that are like, well, what does it matter? Who cares? And to the point where when it comes to these health things where we don't even know what the family's health history is. So it's really important to be able to map out that for future generations.
Yeah, I agree.
To let them know. Like, we don't even know how, people in my family, aunties, uncles, grandparents, how they passed away. Nobody knows. Like,
there you go. Just another side project for you, but you can start
to
mapping
find
out.
Yeah, but back in the day when there was never an autopsy or whatever, like generations now, they really want to know that when stuff hits.
Yeah, and that can also inform so much of the future part of medicine if they can get that history and then see what's happening now. And go, right, okay, so that would have been what was causing back here.
But you also understand back in the day, they were like, no, everyone has a right to whatever decision they make.
Yeah, Dad was really funny when I asked to do the spit test, because he was like, oh no, you're putting your DNA somewhere and you're not really sure, so it's also that uncertainty as well for them.
Trust factor.
Yeah, and because a lady got in touch saying that she was Dad's cousin and she was over in Wales, and I think it's quite legit. Like, it's all through this, I don't think you could make that up. But and she knew part of Dad's family history. Oh wow. Which was quite far back. So obviously one of her relatives did, and Dad's got such a big family. Like, you wouldn't really know who'd come from where sometimes. So, but he was like, nope, it was too much. He was like, no, I don't want anyone else to contact. No, that's I'm cool with what we've done, but I don't want anyone to be contacting me. So
it's like my dad's sister. So my auntie, she's quite into like these family from England coming out of the woodwork or whatever. He's not into it at all, so he doesn't start a conversation or let them into his lifeboat, but she'll like have them all in and go, well, haven't you talked to Auntie Pat? And he's like, well, I don't even know who she is, so no.
I'd love it. If
you
did that, I'd love it, because I'd be like, what else can I learn? Like, let's have a spinny, because you never know what you're going to learn in a conversation, and it might be that you get this tidbit about your pop or your gran that you didn't know. So the play I did a play in Christchurch, and it's historical in the sense that it was set in the 90s, but we were able to talk about all these landmarks in the town that aren't there anymore because of the earthquakes, and I would take things from my family and things that either my granddads or my cousins or uncles had told me about, and I'd throw them in. Say the character was from this,
to give them a bit of a, hey,
Yeah,
it's my
yeah.
old, it's like more recent history, but it's nice to have all that stuff.
100%.
Yeah. Tell stories.
Yeah.
Keep the storytelling alive.
Storytelling alive.
Yeah.
It's that grounding of it too, and stuff you can pass down to your kids of, wow, do you actually know Pop did this?
Yeah,
or,
yeah,
you
yeah.
know.
And there's a good chance they might not care, but they might be more like you and me and want to know. So.
Yeah, yeah. I think my eldest would be a carer, and the other two are not going to give a two hoots about anything. They're going to just be free.
Yeah.
Our kids, we named, so Harrison is on its own, but Stanley is my dad's name, which is his middle name, and then Mac is McLaren Alexander, which is my granddad was a McLaren from the McLaren cars. Well, his mum was, but she married as a Hills, so his middle name was McLaren, so my son is McLaren.
Yeah.
And then Tess is Tessa Ann Allen, and Ann Allen was my mum's two middle names.
Yep.
So we've always tried to, I find that a really important part of our journey as we've come through, that they've got a bit of that history that sits with them as well. But
yeah,
yeah,
we did the same. We probably, did you give your kids 4 names as well?
Tess has 2 middle names.
Yeah,
because mum's is 2 middle names. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ann
So
Allen.
we did that because we wanted to honour both sides of the family.
Yeah.
And then wondered, have we made a terrible mistake because they're going to have to go through life filling out all these names. And it was just our selfish reason. We're going, well, we'll take one name from each side of the family.
Yeah.
And the granddad's is what it ended up being.
That's so funny.
But we always wanted the name Harry because my wife's grandfather was Harry, middle name, but known as Harry. But we never got it. We never managed to fit that one in, but we fit it in every other granddad's name, but not the one we both really liked.
We'll do what we did then. We had the dog first. His name's Wally.
Okay.
We couldn't name that. We just couldn't. It was before kids. We couldn't name him. Chris would be like, no, not cool enough. Not this, not that. No, don't like that. So we loved Braveheart, William Wallace.
Yeah.
The movie. Well, it's real, but you know.
Yeah.
So his name's Wally, but it's Wallace.
Yeah.
And then there were 2 girl names. I always said, if I have a girl, I love McKenna and I love Lily. And Chris was like, veto.
You vetoed both of them.
Never ever going to have those names. So
but
Wally.
They're so different, those names.
They are. So Wally is Wallace McKenna Lily Burns, our dog.
Nice.
So that I got my names in.
Yeah. Yeah, but we took great pride, I think, in passing on some of that to the kids as well. And I think they like it. Our eldest is quite fascinated with where things came from and people growing up. And
it's Manaray and that stuff, I mean, you can talk to your whānau about as well and like try and build out a bit of history so one day you can say, well, actually, this is what Granddad did, or, this is why you got your name. And
I'm actually
awesome
the 7th William, not in a row, I'm only the 3rd in a row. Great-grandfather missed out, but I think we counted it back and I was about number 7 on that line. Wow. Don't know why great-granddad missed out, but
my dad is supposed to be Stanley William Evans.
Okay.
But my pop forgot to put his middle name on the birth certificate when he went and did it. So Dad is literally just Stanley Evans.
Oh, wow.
And so I'd always said our firstborn would be William because I love it, until some lovely sort said, but his nickname's going to be Willie. And I go, I don't care. And they go, your last name's Burns now. Willie Burns. And I was like, Roger Dodger.
Still works.
No, because then they put my at the front of Willie. My Willie Burns.
Yeah.
And it was gone.
Yeah. I know, you got to think about that too. Having a last name Hall, we wanted, Arthur's one of the granddad's names, and that's a middle name of my boy Jed, but we couldn't use, we wanted Arthur as the first, but I couldn't have him becoming the Art Hall. That's just a place that you go to in the school. And
see, I know I would never,
I'm
a pretty good, I would never have picked that one.
Or Knox, Sarah liked Knox. I was like, you can't have Knox Hall, that's a place in the schoolyard as well. But
Jed's a cool name.
Willie Burns.
Willie Burns. Luckily someone caught that, because I wouldn't have caught that, because I was like,
I feel like I know a Willie Burns though. I feel like they're quite good.
It's just a legacy maker, Willie Burns.
Yeah.
And he could have been the Willie, Waikato Willie with the tray.
Oh yes.
Beer,
Is his name Willie?
Yeah, that's Willie.
I can't believe I've seen people with tattoos of that thing.
Yeah.
What is going on?
Committed.
People that love Waikato draft that much.
Oh dear. So leading from there, so whakapapa leads us pretty nicely into community, which is another one of our pillars that we work on or work with. and finding your community. You found yours in the
Yep.
park runners.
Yep.
But you've also had some tough times with your kids being in and out of hospital in their earlier times, and I imagine you would have had to have quite the village around you to get through, both for your wife and for the children. And so how did those people support you, I guess? And is there any, I was saying earlier, so we've got a few friends who've got children in hospital at the moment for different things, and it's how you can meaningfully help that's not just food or petrol vouchers. What are things that your village did that really helped you guys during that time?
Well, yeah, there was just everyone chipping in and being available. Like, we never asked.
Yeah.
I guess people were just there.
Yeah.
They had your back. So that's quite a big one, just being there. Not because a lot of people won't sing out for help, and we probably wouldn't. Especially my wife, she'd want to stand on her own 2 feet. So just people being there, like amazing neighbours that looked after our eldest boy, took him any time. The in-laws just live up inland a bit on a lifestyle block, and even their neighbours surrounding them, friends of ours, everyone just chipped in, helped.
Yeah.
But the food and all that stuff is incredible too, because when you're in the hospital for some time, coming out, you haven't done any shopping.
Yeah.
Coming home to a freezer full of lasagna or whatever.
Oh, how good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And we're definitely paying it forward now, where we've had neighbours go in and have babies in the last few months, and Sarah's the first one to be in the kitchen whipping up a lasagna or something for them when they come home. And
I think you've also paid it forward long before you ever needed to pay it forward, to be fair, Will. Like, you've always done good things. Like, from my experience of you've done, every time I've come across you, you're doing different things to help people. So I
hopefully
think that comes back. And you keep giving it out, I know, but that it's not like you were taking up until that point and then going, I better start.
I don't know.
Better start sharing that.
There might be some people that are, that guy, taken.
No.
But yeah, look, just being there. Look, the other, when it comes to what you're going through, I think that only other families going through a similar thing can 100% get on that same wavelength. And the Starship Hospital are really good like that. And the organisations within there that put you in touch with other people. So that's been a huge benefit, and just being in a place like, say, the neonatal care, where you've got all these other families and you're all going through the same thing. And you're in the parents' room just chatting. And
and being open to that too, and not thinking, oh no, I shouldn't talk about it.
There's some people that don't want to talk about it, and you've got to give them space too.
Yeah.
There was a guy that was like, didn't want to be part of that community. So you need to give him time. But
Different
slowly,
people.
I think I spoke to his sister, and I said, I know exactly what he means. Like, if I went in, there was moments of denial when I knew my second boy was going to have open heart surgery, and I was like, why? And does he really have to? I was worried about the surgery process, and not that this was gonna. I didn't think of it like, oh, he gets this and he's got a recharged engine and he's going to function better and he won't know himself. It's going to be amazing. I was thinking, no, why does he even need to go through this?
Yeah.
And I've seen people that reject it and go, I don't want to be part of that community. I don't want anything to do with it. I don't want to be part of your club, because that's so they kind of sell it to you. You've got a heart kit.
Yeah.
And there are people that will take time.
Yeah. Yeah.
But hopefully they can see the benefits. I mean, I quite liked it when I saw, like Shaquille O'Neal's kid.
Oh, wow.
Has a congenital heart defect. And there he was. He's playing basketball. He's playing college basketball.
Yeah.
I was thinking this is going to stop any career he might want to go for. Like, is he going to be able to play contact sport? But no, there's this guy playing top level college basketball.
That's awesome though, and
Yeah.
that's the stuff you need to hear, eh?
Yeah,
as a
yeah,
parent,
totally.
Because you get stuck here and you need
Yeah.
to be able to see up over
And I'm
that
not
horizon.
saying he's even going to have any interest in basketball. I mean, Sarah's quite short. There's a good chance he's going to have no height at all. But
No, you've just already signed him up for his first scholarship in America, man. You're gone.
Yeah, yeah,
You'll give back to us by being a college basketball
yeah,
player.
yeah.
So today you are having a flat out day because you're heading down to Christchurch, and
Yep.
I'm a real homebody, so I have been born and bred in Hamilton.
Mm-hmm.
My parents live in the same house I was born in.
Amazing.
And I've moved like 7 times now with a builder husband, but barring that, I'm very much a...
Have you moved 7 times because he just keeps doing
Yeah.
up houses?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Within
Within
Hamilton,
Hamilton,
houses.
though.
Yeah, within Hamilton, yeah. All with that end goal of shrink the mortgage, then he can do this. But we've moved many, many times. I have a 7-year-old who's lived in 7 houses.
Wow. Yeah.
Whereas I was when did I move out of home the first time? 21, and I'd never left that one house. So it's very different. But with what you've done over the years, you would have obviously moved a lot, as you've talked about.
Yeah.
And
I was just trying to count how many houses my kids lived in. But no, I don't, not 7. But
Not
he's
as bad
only
as
5. I think he's done 3 places
Oh, yeah.
in 5 years.
And it's connecting. I don't think it necessarily has to be like a Hamilton connecting to, but how do you do that when you build your environments in your home so that you've got that place that, you might be away for 3 weeks with work, but when you come back, how do you build that sort of environment or connect?
I'm not sure how I build it, but it's all about the people for me.
Yeah, what's important within it.
Yeah. So I thought, like, for example, this house, I haven't been in here for almost 3 months. I thought I was going to come back here and feel a really strong pull to it and be quite emotional. I thought the kids were going to be the same. But to be honest, I haven't. And I've been loving the last 12 weeks away in Christchurch. And that's because the family are there.
Yeah.
And we just play what's in front of us,
Yeah.
to steal a cricket saying. So we play with a straight bat and whatever's in front of us, and we've loved it.
Yeah.
And we've all loved it, which has been surprising because I thought the kids might not adjust, and because we've got a 5-year-old that for the last 2 years gets up every day in here and goes, I love my house, Daddy.
Please.
I love my house so much. I just love it.
Oh.
And I mean, it's just a townhouse.
Yeah.
Like, this kid loves it.
Yeah.
But he loves where we are in Christchurch.
Yeah.
Like, I think we've created an environment that the boys love, and that's wherever we are.
Yeah.
Hopefully, we are worried about coming back here for a week to tidy up, and that they might freak out.
Yeah.
But no, I didn't come to the house and go, oh my goodness, this is our home. I thought I would, because it was my first kind of real family home.
Yeah.
Before this, I owned, a flat with a mate, and lived in flats and whatever. But this is the first real home.
Yeah.
But no, we can make that home anywhere.
Yeah.
It's about the people. And the thing that I've really loved about being here, we had a day in the playground across the road where we just caught up with my boys' buddies from kindy.
Yeah.
3 families all together. That was the highlight. And I went, oh, this is why I miss this place.
Yeah.
It's these connections that...
People, eh?
Yeah.
We just don't realise that enough when we're in moments with
Yeah.
those people. And
Yeah.
then you step away and you're like, that's what made that really
Yeah.
special.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
it's nice to have nice stuff, but it's come down to all we need is whatever we can carry.
Yeah. There's an author, I was talking to Cassie about it, called Glennon Doyle, and she wrote a book called Untamed, which I read earlier this year, and she talks about her home being her castle. And it doesn't matter where that is, the castle is the fact that it's safe for her family within it. Wherever they are, that doesn't matter, but it's creating that safe place, and that the people that are coming into that environment also know how to respect that castle and that safe place for the people who are within it. So if they've got worries like, COVID would be a prime one at the moment, coming in and going, oh my God, I just saw this happen, or this person, actually in here, it's a really safe space, and we're positive, and we're this, or, whatever that looks like in your home, and treating it wherever you are that way. Which is pretty special. But I'm the same. My favourite, my environment is fun. So if it's not fun for the kids, something's wrong. So like if I'm not busting out a tune with my fake microphone, you know, skipping around the house or roly-polying, and I'm not hearing them laugh every day, then something's wrong. That's sort of that's my gauge. Like if I heard particularly my middle one has this giggle that is just my heart just overflows when he really gets a good giggle going. And I realise sometimes that I haven't heard that day, so that's sort of my reminder for our environment that maybe something wasn't
and there's a good chance that this environment started to go south a little bit for us, and the fact that it's a huge commute. Auckland's a hard city to live in. My wife might end up spending 3 hours in the car, and she's like, well, how would you like to do that? And I'm like, no, I wouldn't like that. If you can gain back, like just being in a smaller centre, I don't know, we can gain back an hour, maybe an hour and a half. It's time huge. Listening to that giggle.
That giggle.
That's worthwhile.
So is it. It's funny when you become a parent and all these different things change what used to be. You know, if I'd asked you this 10 years ago, you'd been like, no, environment's this. Now you're like, that giggle, that's my home.
Totally.
That's my environment.
Big time. Well, I even went back to my old place that I owned with my mate in Grey Lynn, and I was just like, walked in there going, how did I live in here? Because it's just a shoebox, like, you know. My
husband lived down in Christchurch for uni, and it blows my mind. I've never seen where he lived, but he's like, there were holes in the walls, and then when it was really cold outside, like that breeze was just coming in under your bed. I'm like, what? How?
Oh, Christchurch is still like that.
Blows my mind. I feel like Christchurch people have like a bond. I need to learn more about this Christchurch bond. I'm going to figure this out.
Over the chill.
Do you have a favourite place? So not necessarily home, but do you have a favourite place you love to go to or visit? Or
I just love the beach. Any beach will do. Like I said, Paraki Bay, obviously amazing. I lived in Bondi for 3 years, so that's special. I don't know what it's like now. There might be one too many. When I first got there, I was like, well, this is overwhelming. A lot of people on this beach compared to Paraki Bay. Love it there. Hatfields, just up the road from here, is pretty amazing. Orewa, I just run up and down that because it's about 3 kilometres. I just love the beach. Getting in the water and that's the happy place. Doesn't matter. Like I said again, it doesn't matter which one. And anywhere you can take the kids and
when we go to Waihi sometimes.
The Mount Maunganui would be another one.
When we drive over the hill and you first see the water, my husband, he immediately, there's a sigh like, I'm almost there. Because we don't go very often. When you go, that's his happy place. But you can actually see his whole body like, I'm almost there.
I've never spent a lot of time in Waihi. I always meant to, but we'd just go up or down a bit further to Omaha. South of the Mount.
Mount's beautiful. Mount's got lots of stuff to do because I can't sit. I need
I don't like sitting down. Bondi used to be all about sitting down, but
because you're a Bondi surfing. Boy.
And then drinking.
It's a Bondi boy. Case in point.
Right,
I have some quick fire questions for you. Are you ready?
Yep.
3 things that made you smile today.
This interview.
Lovely.
Got a haircut. Nice. She made me laugh, man. I had the best barber today. She started crying. She had to go get tissues. And the boys every morning. I can't wait to see them. I got a little one addicted to Spider-Man, and he just got a hand-me-down Spider-Man outfit, but it's giving him real bad allergies because it's so old and dusty. But you can't get the thing off him. He fell asleep in it 3 times in the last couple of days.
When I was teaching,
it's a tight.
When I was an early childhood teacher, we had kids who'd come in who'd slept in their Spider-Man or Batman gear, and the parents would come in going, "Sorry, we haven't even changed underwear. Good luck." I love that. Favorite books?
I'm a big reader of autobiographies. I don't know why, but I find them fascinating. I don't know. I must just love reading about people's experiences, and so particularly then people in the arts and acting in particular. The last one I read, Life in Parts, Bryan Cranston. Really good book.
I was going to say, I've heard that's a good book.
Rob Lowe's book is fascinating, just about that whole, can't remember the name of it, I think he's written a few of them now, but his first one, just about growing up as a young actor in the 80s, and then probably my favourite one is Michael J. Fox is Lucky Man, because there's a lot more to that one, obviously, with his diagnosis of Parkinson's.
Yeah.
He's an amazing writer too.
All right, I'm gonna have a long list of books I'm gonna need to follow up with after that.
Well, mine aren't very varied. I didn't give you any fiction or.
No, everyone's got their thing. That's
Yeah,
why.
yeah,
It's so,
yeah.
and again, like someone will hear
I think
that
I
and go,
started reading them all the time, and they would have been just biographies. I used to just read. The only books I ever got for Christmas or whatever were like rugby biographies, and I must have got into it then, but now moved it to something I can relate to a bit more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
3 favourite smells.
This will be my narcissistic side coming out. Then. Fahrenheit by Christian Dior. So
Not
my
an
favourite,
influencer.
only a non-influencer. Could be though if Christian Dior's watching. How bad's that? My favourite cologne smell is my own cologne. That's weird.
You just
I don't even know what my wife wears. I went to buy her something. I was like, I don't know what it is.
That's all right though. You just know that she smells nice.
Yeah, she smells lovely. So she's number 2. And then I do like freshly cut grass, I have to say. But if you're down first on the golf course after they've cut the lawn, or even on the rugby field, that's pretty cool.
So I thought you were going to say beach and salt, but
well,
you took it a different direction.
Salty sea,
you took
grass.
It to your own musk.
Yeah, well, I had to throw my wife in there as consolation because I was so hell-bent on my cologne.
Oh, you're a legend.
Yeah.
What makes you laugh?
The boys, so obviously they crack me up, and my wife too. She's very witty, very funny. I wrote something for a piece the other day, and she rewrote it, and I just cracking up with how she just embellished it and made it presentable.
I love that. Banter and fun. That's just so important at home. First ever job you had?
I had a paper run at about 11.
Oh yeah.
I think I got a 1 cent a paper or something.
$1 a day.
Not much, and that was hard work. And then I worked in a petrol station. I thought that was easier. And I still have fond memories of the gas station, even though that I would have got about $5.50 an hour there.
Yeah.
Worked on Christmas Eve, far out. But I pointed out to the boys in Christchurch. That's where Dad worked. It's still there. It's lucky it's still there. Whew.
I was going to say.
Yeah.
Most of them have been mowed and moved.
Yeah. Well, it's only half a station now.
Yeah. So most of them in Hamilton have turned into car yards, the old petrol stations. Maybe it's the concrete that's already there. I don't know.
Yeah, I saw one the other day. It was now a fish and chip shop. I was like, this is weird. I don't know if I want my fish and chips from there.
I don't know if it's a good food place. Go-to pick-me-up songs.
When I'm running, I've got a power song, and it's Fans by Kings of Leon.
Power song?
Yeah.
So
what's the definition of? Oh yeah,
is that where you just go handy? You just go absolutely nuts.
I normally do it if things aren't going so well, like I've drifted off into.
And that's your.
Okay. And that'll make me go.
Yeah.
I just love that song. I've no idea what it's about because you can't really decipher the words. I think it's something to do with hooking up with his fans, but I can't be too sure.
Back to smelling his own musk. 3 things that you're grateful for today.
Well, being free to travel, certainly, because I've got to do that later. I've got to get on a plane. The fact that, and friends and family and people are as well as they can be right now. Yeah. We're going down to Christchurch to help look after my mum because she's quite unwell. But, being able to do that, having the freedom to do that, and having a wife that's understanding enough to go, yep,
we go.
I'll come and join you on that. Yeah.
That's what it's all about. And you'd do the same for her, I imagine.
I would.
Yeah.
We've been dossing off her parents enough that we owe them a lot.
There you go. They can move to Christchurch. You can take care
Oh,
of them.
totally. Yeah, no, we wouldn't get them off their block of land in Waititi though, so we'd have to be back here.
One day. You never know.
Yeah.
Play it straight, see what happens.
Yeah,
There you
exactly. Oh, and the boys love it there too, so we're
Yeah.
never going to be far from a happy place.
Yeah. Favourite concert?
I'll go back to Kings Leon again. I followed them around New Zealand when they were last here, I think.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Committed.
I think they only played Auckland, Wellington. Yeah.
Yeah.
But they're back again, I heard, like March or something.
There you go.
So there we go.
Hopefully they play Christchurch.
Take the whole family.
Yeah.
I don't think they are. I think they're only up here.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, I'll definitely book that in.
Yeah. Get the kids the earmuffs and get front row.
Yeah.
Get the mosh pit.
Yeah.
Hobbies? Outside of running? Any hobbies?
Well, I collect kind of nerdy, like memorabilia from films, collectibles. Got way too many Star Wars and Back to the Future things. Yeah, got into that a while ago.
How do you find them? Do you just trade me? Or
Oh, look, these things are available pretty readily. No, most of them you can just, I don't know, there's shops around that.
Yeah.
But eBay can,
Yeah.
if you want something particularly rare, but yeah.
Classic.
I like hats and shoes as well, but you don't get time for any of that stuff with kids.
So is this how Jed got Jed's name?
From what? Of Jedi?
Yeah. No?
I don't think so, but
It's a good story.
yeah. Like why not? Like I said, you do realise people will think it's Star Wars and think I had the full run of this. And she went, it doesn't worry me. I think it's a cool name. I was like, okay.
It was a cool name.
Yeah.
I like that.
I think it was because I wanted Freddie to be Fred, and he became Freddie, and I felt like I lost something in what sounds like Fred, Jed, Ned, Ed.
Gotcha.
No, but
See, I'd never put it.
no. I think it's actually Sarah's sister came up with it, and I ran with it. But people, would ring me going, holy moly! Other Star Wars fans go, you've got a Jedi. I went, I know, cool that. Yeah.
You should get him. I'm pretty sure you can get the lightsabers at like Dreamworld and that. You should get it with his name put on it. How good.
Yeah. Well, I'm really wanted to. I mean, Freddie is actually he was addicted to Star Wars when he was quite young.
Yeah.
Because I had all the collectibles up on the top shelf, so he always wanted to get Dad's toys.
Yeah.
But they were Dad's toys.
Yeah,
They're not there now,
no.
but that shelf.
Yeah.
And so it was a treat for him to choose one. So that's how you get your kids into something.
And did you sit
Keep
there
just out
watching
of
him carefully, like, don't break its arms?
Yeah. Well, I think I had
gentle.
to give up a couple of them and
Yeah.
go, oh, they're gone. Like
Yeah.
Darth Vader and Han Solo, the two favourites, just got destroyed. So they're his now.
With love. I have a Batman. My dad went on the Rugby World Cup tour in England when I was 3 years old.
What 99?
No, 80. Where am I? I was born 85.
87.
88. 87, 88?
Oh.
I was 3. 88.
88. Well, what did he go on though? Rugby World Cup tour?
Yeah, over in...
91 it must have been.
No, I was at kindy, and this kid told me my dad was never coming back. I was devastated. My mum had to ring round hotels
To find him.
to find Dad, so that I could hear him to say that he was coming home. But he brought me a Batman, because I love Batman.
Yeah.
I remain loving Batman.
Yeah.
And my kids have just started to play with it at Mum and Dad's house. I don't know if I'm okay with this, guys. Can we just... No, like...
Yeah.
put it away.
Well, I had a Batman.
I love you guys,
yeah.
but no, you can't touch Mummy's Batman.
Yeah.
He's just too important. What does a lazy day look like for you?
Oh, I used to love the paper,
Oh, yeah.
but the paper's got a bit thin these days. But like a bit of a sleep in, a coffee, the paper, the sports section at least. I still am a tragic keeping up with the Crusaders, and I still put myself through the punishment of a Warriors game. So a lazy Sunday watching some sport.
Warriors mana, man. You just got to keep the faith.
Keep the faith.
Keep the faith. My friend, I don't really follow it too hard.
Team.
Yeah, every time they play, a friend of mine, there's a ritual post going, keeping the faith.
Yeah.
Come on.
Pre-Warriors, I did follow the Panthers, so they're going pretty well. So
yeah,
I can just stick with them.
All right, our last question for the day: qualities that you love about yourself.
Oh.
Other than your musk.
foam mask. Look, I laugh pretty easily at myself, and that's got to be a good thing. Maybe having the courage and the commitment to follow a passion, follow a dream. I don't know what that was all about, but I was pretty hell-bent on doing that when I was younger. So I think that's enough self-love.
Yeah. People struggle Kiwis, we struggle with that question, but it's so true.
I don't know. Like, I wish I had a bit more drive sometimes, and I certainly am trying to work on my time management and just efficiency.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that having a sense of humour and enough kind of respect and courage and just commitment to following a slightly different track.
Yeah, it's not for the faint-hearted. You've done an amazing job of.
I don't think it gets any easier either.
No. Because it's so your career, like it's so a show can only last for so long. You know, like it's hard. It takes a lot. But it's the same with being an entrepreneur. Man, you just get smacked in the face daily, and you just got to keep coming up and having that resilience. But it's pretty bloody impressive. Yeah. All right.
Okay.
Thank you so much for watching, and thank you so much, Will, for your time and leading us into your beautiful home. I love that piece of art.
Yeah, it's cool, isn't it?
So please let us know what you have learnt or what you're going to put in play that Will's talked about today, but there's so much to take away from that. But I think the biggest one for me today is that community and finding the thing that works and how that will fit into different pillars as well, you know. Within a community, it's body, and then it was your mind as well with the running. So I just think that's really a really critical message. But thank you so much.
No worries.
Safe travels to Christchurch.
Yep. A couple of hours away.
Yeah. And we will see you again soon, no doubt.
Brilliant. Thank you, Des.
Ka kite.
Cheers.